Hey guys, Saf here with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Now, I'm not one for getting involved with conspiracy theories. By now you all know that whenever we get the usual, the clan boss chests have been nerfed and all this kind of stuff, I'm pretty much there with the data to say, look, it hasn't been. We've got good data we can collect over a series of time. We know that clan boss never really ends. But I've been having and seeing a lot of messages lately that I think for the first time that I'm actually somewhat suspicious that maybe there is something to this conspiracy theory. Now, what I am talking about is acquiring souls for mythical champions. So you can get a mythical champion from a primal shard, and then once you get your mythical champion, your new shiny thing, you can see that there is now odds to acquire mythical souls for those champions, but you can only get them from actually using soul stones. They're not actually in the pool of the soul merchant right now because there's just not enough of them, I assume, but there is actually no way that you can get split souls for mythical champions, but you can summon them. And you can see all they've done is they've basically taken 2% out of the mortal soul stones for rare and they've put it into the mythical odds, right? So they've taken the lowest possible quality and replaced the mythical odds there. So 2% has gone from rare to mythical, 6% has gone from rare on the tier 2 stone to mythical, and then 10% has been taken from the epic odds to the eternal soul stone. So you know, the odds are pretty low. You should only be getting 2%. But whenever these things happen, you always have to do the dual calculation. You know, you might get legendary, but it might be a 1-star. You might get epic, but it might be a 2-star, right? So there's two ways. So if you really want the 6-star legendary souls, you always have to roll 6%, then you have to roll 0.5%. It's a very difficult chance. We're going to have a look at the math in a moment. But what people have been reporting to me is it feels like this is more like 20%. That this 2% is wrong, that it feels like you're getting far too many mythical souls. Now, we can read into this in lots of conspiracy theories, like if they give you a mythical soul, do you feel more encouraged to pull primal shards or buy primal shards? I'm not going to really subscribe to that. It's probably bad that I've even mentioned it, but I can see the comments of people going because they want you to pull primal shards. All I'm looking at here is there a bug with these odds? Now, the game code is as this is described. So it doesn't appear that there's an error in the coding, from what I can tell, but pretty much all of the roles are done server-side. We only see on the client side the chance, but we never actually in the game get the chance. It's not coded in the game. It's all calculated on the server side. So if there's an error on the server side, we wouldn't see it. But there is definitely a trend that mythical champions are dropping as souls far more often. Let me give you some examples. In my Discord here, Elixium is in my Minion Mountain Discord that we have on YouTube. He's been saying, you know, for 2%, they are sure dropping a lot of them. I already deleted the other 3 ones. I already deleted like 3 other ones. Fishy. I've only pulled 20 small shards since the mythical champions have been released, and he's got 3 2-star mythical champions. Wish I had the same luck with the Prism Shards, don't we all, Elixium? Here's another example, Taha, also part of my community. Man, I'm telling you, like 50% mythical chance on the midstones. I got 3 mythics out of 4 midstones. Keep in mind, the odds for this is 6%. So getting 3 out of 4 is not 6%. It's miles from 6%. Just pulled it again now, and look what he got. He got a Garl 4-stone. This is a challenge account where I didn't have any stones to farm IT. Just 7 small, 2 middle ones gave me 2 mythics. Now, when it was just in my Discord, I kind of didn't really pay much attention. I was monitoring. I was saying, yeah, it does seem a little bit weird, but maybe it's just luck. Maybe it's just a few people got really lucky. But I got direct messaged on Discord by Captain Donland, who was like, hey, Saf, is there something weird going in the code? We're getting a lot of mythics in my clan. So I was like, okay, well, look, I've had it. I've seen it. I haven't summoned any myself, but I've seen a lot of people saying it. Send me some examples and we'll see what we've got. So he's sent me over some message from his clan. And you can see here, the Jaff, 40 smalls, 1 2-star mythical, 2 mediums, 1 6-star mythical, and 1 large. So within 42 and 6, he got 2 mythicals. Well, 80, this one's coming from such Doge Wow. Well, 80 small souls and 2 middles with nothing to show for it. I did get 2 mythical souls in my first 2 10 pulls. And then he's also more evidence here, got another 5 since then. Okay, we've got, this is from 63 tier 1s and 2 immortals and 2 eternals. He's got 4 mythicals, which is quite a lot. And then we got some more comments here as well. We got Karmaton. I've pulled 2 in 1 10 pull of the small shards. So 2 mythicals in 1 10 pull. These stories are always very difficult to corroborate. I can check the code and it seems the same. So I'm kind of like throwing it out there. You know, everyone watching this video, Are you getting more mythical souls in your soul summoning? Have you seen a higher than average, which would be 2% and 6% and pretty much and 10% if you've opened there, than you would on the other ones? Let's just have a quick look at the math to kind of see how the new numbers have changed things. We can see these are like the old summoning odds, right? It was 66% for a rare or 46% for tier 2, 28, 42, 6, 12. I always ignore the tier 3s because not many people have them anyway. So these are predominantly what you will end up pulling on your soul summoning. So you can see when you put them out into the sort of the 1 to 6 star as well, we can map them up against the different odds and kind of go, okay, what's the opportunity of me getting a 1-star legendary perfect soul out of all of the possible scenarios that we could possibly get, right? Because we could get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 star, and of those, it could be a 1 rare, 2 rare, 3 rare, 4 rare, right? So you've got loads of different outcomes. So you can work out each individual outcome's probability, map it out along a table, and all of this will then add up to a 100% chance, right? So we'll get one of these potential outcomes. So it kind of works out that predominantly on the tier 1 stones, you will end up, 94% of the time, it will always be a 1 to 3 star soul. But in order to get the legendary souls, the 1-star legendary soul is a 3% chance. A 2-star legendary is 2%. It's a 0.72%. And then if you want a legendary soul out of the tier 1, it's a 0.03% chance that a tier 1 stone is going to give you a 6-star legendary soul. Now let's apply the mythical changes here. So you can see that the 2% gets taken from the rare, gets given to mythical. The 6% gets taken from the rare, gets given to mythical. And then 10% taken from the epic and given to the mythical. The odds of the ranks remain the same. They have not changed. So we can map this out here, right? So if we have a look at comparisons 1, we just looked at the 1-star here, and we can see it was 31.68%, 13.44, 2.88. So the 13.44 and the 2.88 for the legendary epic souls are not going to change because the epic and legendary rates on the tier 1 and tier 2 hasn't changed. Obviously, when you get to the tier 3 stone, then they would have changed because the epic rate has changed. But legendary, there's no improvements of getting legendary souls. They are exactly what they were before. Now, obviously, a tier 1 and a tier 2 and a tier 3 can't give you 1 or 2-star souls. Tier 2 can give you a 3 and up, and then obviously a tier 3 is only going to give you a 5 or a 6-star soul. So we've added that calculation here. So let's just have a look at the comparison. So the perfect rare has gone from 31.68 to 30.72%. So to get a 1-star mythical perfect soul, it's less than a percentage chance. So that means if you're pulling 100, out of 100, about one of them should be a mythic 1-star perfect soul. Then if we look at 2-star, it's 0.68%. Again, we're taking from the rare and it goes over to there. And then if we want a 3-star, it's 0.24%. It goes down further and further because essentially we're translating this 2% into the odds of each individual rank. So that's how we're translating this here. Now, in terms of a tier 2, a 6-star soul is 0.24%, a 5-star mythic is 0.72%, a 4-star is 1.92%, and a 3-star is 3%. So, it's a better chance that you'll get a mythic soul on a tier 2 because there's a 3% chance it's going to be a 3-star. But again, we're only saying out of 100, you should get 3. So if you're pulling, to get one of those, on average, you're going to need to pull around about 33 to get a 3-star perfect soul. So obviously we can translate the stones here and say, look, a tier 1, you should get 1 in 50, give or take. If you just want a mythical, you don't care about the rarity, it's about 1 in 50. For the tier 2, it's about 1 in 16. And for the tier 3, it's about 1 in 10. Now, we're seeing more than those odds. We are, right? So, for example, if I pull a 10 pull now, I shouldn't expect to really get a mythical soul because I'm only putting 10. So the chances of me getting it out of a 10 pull is very low. It should only be 2% chance. So I'm actually going to pull 10 now. We'll see what happens. But the main point of this video, I guess, is are you guys getting a lot more mythical souls? Because I've had plenty of people tell me they seem to be getting above average. Now, normally I save my souls for a better summoning. There is a hero's path on that has summoning right now. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to pull 10 of the tier 1 stones and we'll see what we get. Let's see what happens. So we get 1,000 light coins. That's obviously fixed. Do we get anything in here, or is this all what we would expect it to be? It's a 4-star call in there. That's not bad, hey. So we got a mythic soul. I haven't pulled any souls since Mythic Champions came out. And the first 10 souls that I pull, I get a mythic soul. I don't know whether that backs up my claim. I mean, it's it's suspicious. And you, as I said, if you wanted to put that kind of evil mind thought into your brain, have they accidentally lifted the odds of soul summoning so that you're encouraged to then go and try and get the champion from it? I don't know. I doubt that's the case. I would imagine if there is anything, there is a technical failure where someone has entered an extra 0 and the odds of getting this is too high. That could be the case of what has happened. But let me know in the comments below, guys. Are you seeing greater than normal or greater than what you would expect mythical souls coming out of your soul stones? Are you getting a lot of these mythical souls? Now, obviously, you'll get lots of the same because there's only 5 heroes, right? It's only 5 champions there that you can get. So the likelihood is you've got lots of the same type of mythic. But are you getting a lot of the mythics themselves? Let me know in the comments below, guys. And yeah, have a nice weekend. And I'll see you guys on Monday for the live stream.